Hi students. In previous class, we have discussed about what is a design pattern, and then we have discussed about like what are the layers in design pattern, like what is MET design pattern. Then we have discussed about what is a model, view, template. Like all these, we have discussed in yesterday class. So we have seen what are the advantages of design pattern. So if anybody is absent for yesterday class, so please ask online team to send the link, or else in YouTube the videos will be there. So you can ask them. They will send me the link so that you can watch the video. Yeah, any doubt, Sinha? And those who have already registered for the course, I will be sending you the notes and videos. Today I will send. Today I will take mail IDs from online team, and then definitely uh, uh, I'll send the notes and videos today. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about installing virtual environment, and then we'll see installing Django, then creating a project, creating application, then running the website. Like all these, we are going to discuss, and we'll see how to install Sublime, and then we'll see the other options. So yesterday I've told about virtual environment. So here for Django projects, we'll create virtual environment. In that virtual environment, we are going to install Django, then Python related packages, so database related character packages, like all these will install. So virtual environment means it is isolated from physical folders, so system folders. So whenever you want to separate whenever you want to create a separate environment, which is separated from system directories, then you can use virtual environment. So Django projects will use the softwares only in virtual environment, and they'll work. So here when we do like this, there will be no conflict here. So we'll not see conflict with versions with other projects. Will not see the conflict here. So yesterday I've explained about virtual environment, then what to do here. So in my system, Python is installed in D drive. So Python latest version is Python 3.9 is the latest version. So but here I'm not using Python 3.9. I'm using Python 3.8.6 I'm using, because with Django latest version, the Python packages are not working. Okay, so that's why I'm using Python 3.8.6, and the Django latest version I'm using here. So to know the latest version, here we have to use python.org. Here you can see the latest version. So 3.9 I'm using here. And if you want to install old versions of Python, say for Python and Django, so we should not use Windows 7. Like if Windows 7 is there, you have to change it. So you install Windows 10, Windows 10 Professional you can install. And here you can see the versions here. Here before this one, Windows 3.8.6 is there. So here when you click on download, it will show options like this. So here you can see the options. So Python is available in 2 bits, 32-bit and 64-bit. Here you can see Windows 86 64 executable installer. So if you want to install Python 64-bit, this we have to install. I'm using Windows 10 64-bit. I'm using Windows is 64-bit. Okay. So here, if you want to install 32-bit, here we'll select like this. So Windows x86, then executable installer. Okay, so this is Python 32-bit. So in my system, I'm using Python 32-bit. I'm using. So when you click on this, exe file is downloaded in downloads folder. Exe file will get. So when you double click on exe file in downloads folder, then we are going to use like it will ask, do you want to go with the custom installation? Okay, so custom installation means so we can do changes. We can change the path and we can select some options, all this. So when we install, it will ask what files to install, then where to install Python. So Python path means it will show many it will give. Okay, so in that case here we are using we are using only one folder. Like what all sub folders are there, all are deleted, and here we are giving only one folder. That is, here you can see Python 38, 32 it is showing. This is the Python folder. 38 means 3.8.6 and 32 means 32-bit. So if you install Python 3.9, then it will show Python 39. Python 39 it will give folder name I'm saying. So here in this scripts folder is there. In scripts folder we can execute the commands. So here you can see the exe files. Pip is there. Then other exe files are there. So here at command prompt. So moving to D drive. So here cd Python 3832. Then scripts folder. And here I'll say py. Sorry, pip install virtual env. So this is a tool or this is a software. So this will allow us to create virtual environments. First we are installing. So in my system it is already there. So it will shows the requirement already satisfied. So I think I have deleted Python again. I think I have installed. That's why it is installing now. Okay, so here it is showing collecting all these installation is done. I think for Python batches I've uninstalled Python, and I think again I've installed. That's why that is not there here. Okay, so after doing this, then for creating virtual environment, I'll use F drive. Anywhere you can create a C drive, D drive, E drive, anywhere. I'm choosing F drive here. Okay, so here I'll say mkdir. Then here I'll say source one. So for Django projects, I used to write source folder, but here source folder is already there. So I'm writing source one I'm giving. Here you can see make directory is given, make directory source one. So if you want to create a folder in F drive, then we can do like this. So in F drive, we can say we can say like this, right click, new folder, then you can give the name. Like this also we can create. So here make directory source one is given. Then cd source one. So entering into the new folder. See, instead of source one, if you give any folder name, it will take. Okay, only to identify Django projects, I'm giving like source one to identify easily. And here folder is created. Now we install virtual environment. So here I'll say virtual env. My env is given. So my env is the virtual environment name. You can give any name. Virtual env is the command. Then virtual environment name we are using. So created, okay. And here you can see created virtual environment C Python 3.8.6 is given. So if students are learning Python, Python language default implementation is C Python. Okay. So if student is learning Python, then it means that student is learning C Python. That is the default implementation of the language. And here to enter into virtual environment, my env, then scripts, then activate is given. My env means virtual environment name, then scripts, then activate we are using. When I give like this, then we can enter into virtual environment. Here you can see it is showing like this, my env, then app drive, then source one it is giving. So source one. And now here we can install no, their commands will change. So you are using Mac OS.
Yes, sir. I'm using Mac.
Okay. So I will send you the commands like for Mac OS, which commands are used. I'll send you the steps. So here,
Okay.
yeah. So here we'll use installation of Django. So Django latest version we can see here. So to see the default, like a new version of Django, so djangoproject.com, this is the official site, and download. So here you can see. So here pip install. So pip means Python package manager. So it is used to search and install Python packages developed by Python community. Django contains Python files only. Django is completely developed in Python. It has Python files or modules. So here like this we can give Django 3.1.3 we can write. We can install old versions also. If you want to see the old versions, so here you can see 3.1 latest releases you can see 3.10 like 2.2.17 and 2.1 is there, then 2.0, whichever is required we can install. Okay, 3.0 we can install, only number we need to change. So here to do that, here I'll say pip install, so Django 3.1.3. So you can change the number. Here you can check which version you want. Then based on that, you can do the installation. Installation can be done. So here Python installation is sorry, Django installation is done. And if you want to install old versions, you can write Django equal to 3.0 or 2.1. You can give. So here installation is done. Now we'll create a Django project. So here I'll say Django admin, then start project, then project one. So in my classes, I used to write project one, project two. Like if I give 45 examples, like then I'll write project 1. And in that we are going to create applications. Applications means websites. So while creating applications, I used to write, while creating applications, I used to write website 1, website 2, website 3. So in live projects or real-time projects, we should not do like that. We should not give like that. So we have to use like a company name, we have to use a project name, and application website name also you have to give, depends on the client's businesses or clients companies names you have to use. Okay, but now while learning we can give like this. So a Django admin is the command, start project is the command. Django admin command will work only when Django is installed. Without installing Django, if I write a Django admin, it won't work. And here I'll say cd project 1 is given, and here py manage.py, then start app website 1. So after creating the project, I'm entering into the project cd project 1. Cd project 1 means change directory to project 1. After entering into the new project, we are writing py. So py means a Python launcher, will say, for executing the commands we'll use, or else we can write Python also. Python exe file is there that we can use. So manage.py means it is the file in the in the project. So in every Django project, manage.py will be there. Many other files are there. So manage.py, it is used to create a application. Application means website, and it is used to create it is used to manage websites and to run the server. In Django we have a server here, like application development server is there. So using that server we can see our websites in browser. Okay, so here whenever we work with server-side technology, not only Django, any server-side technology, or when you work with any backend technologies, we have to run the server. When if server is running, web server, if a web server is running, then we can open websites in browser. While learning, while practicing also, we have to run the server. So here website 1 is given. So project is created, inside the project website 1 is created. So here py manage.py run server is given. So here we are running a Django development server, like web server. So here you can see this starting a development server at, here you can see the URL or website address. That is a Django project. By default it runs with HTTP protocol. With HTTP protocol it will run. And here we are using 127.0.0.1. Then 8000 is given here. 8000 is given. Okay. So here, when we develop a website, a Django website, it runs with HTTP protocol. Like HTTP protocol, as I said, it is stateless protocol, and it is a communication protocol. It is used for transferring the data in network. See here, we can ask internet service providers to run our website in HTTPS. That is easy only. Like when we do hosting, then if I want to run in HTTP with HTTPS, we can do that. But by default, it is with HTTP only. But if you want to run with HTTPS, then we can ask internet service providers, or where we are doing hosting, there we can specify, like to run in HTTPS. Okay, so with HTTPS, data is sent safely. But here with HTTP also will have security, but we have to write manually. To implement security, we have to write the code. When we write the code, then security will works. And here you can see 127.0.0.1. It is the IP address of the local host here. IP address of the local host. IP means Internet Protocol of the local host. Okay. So when we say IP address, it will have 4 values. Okay. Every value will be up to 3 digits. Okay. Like 4 values. And the total will be 12. So maximum is 255. Like 255.255.255.255. So here numbers will change here, like total 12 digits. Okay, total 12 digits. Like every value will be 3 digits here. So we are giving like this. So a localhost meaning is a browser will communicate with the web server in the same system, or we can say client will communicate with the server in the same system. Okay, in real time, the client server will be in different locations. So client system may be in Hyderabad, server may be in US. Like if you take Gmail, so Gmail server is in US. Then when we say gmail.com, then that Gmail is the domain name. Gmail.com is the domain name. That domain name internally it contains IP address of the server. Then it will communicate with the server and then it will give the response. Okay. See, migrations are used with databases. Like when we discuss about database tables, when we discuss about models, model forms, migrations will use. Migrations in starting classes will not discuss that. I will explain about all those. Okay. And here 8000 is there. 8000 is a port number where client and server will communicate. Client and server means browser and web server will communicate, and the data is transferred between them. Okay, so in Windows operating system, port number can be from 0 to 65,000, 65,535, and 0 to 255 are used as system services will not use. Whenever we are giving port number, generally 4 digits is recommended. 4 digits, value containing 4 digits is recommended. 8000 is also 4 digits only. 8000, 4 digits. Okay. So in a Django, 8000 we can use. Or else if you want to use some other number, so we can use it. That possibility is there. Other numbers also we can use. Here we can change. So now moving to Google Chrome here. So here I'll use 127.0.1. Then here 8000 is given. Here you can say HTTP then number. Like in other websites, it will show not secure. If it is running with HTTP, it will show not secure. So here I've used a Control-C to update here, but in your systems, no need to use. Here you can see the install worked successfully. Whatever installation we have done, it is saying working successfully. Congrats, it is giving. Like this will get. So if any mistake is there, then it will say site can't be reached. So it cannot show the pages. It will not give you the result. Now here, to stop the server, I'm using Control-C, I'm using here. So the server will stop. To Control-C to stop the server. Okay. And if I want to run with different port number, then I can give like this. So py manage.py run server, then 2020. Yeah. Google Chrome is a client only because we can use any browser. So here you can see 2020 is given. Here you can see HTTP 127.0.0.1 So if I give like this, if I give 8,000, so here it is saying site can't be reached. And if I give 2020, so here you can see this. Installed, the install worked successfully. And here, after doing all this, here we have executed the project, all these we did. So here, if I want to uninstall Django, let us say instead of one version, if I install another version, then to stop that, here I can say first exit from the project. So here I'll say pip uninstall, then Django. When I say only Django, whichever version is installed, it will uninstall. Okay, you can write otherwise, double equal to 3.1.3 you can write. Whichever version is installed for uninstall, we can give like this. So to install latest version, you can give like this. Pip install Django, it will install latest version. To uninstall the version which is installed, then uninstall Django we should write. And to exit from virtual environment, then here I'll say mynv, then scripts, deactivate we have to use. So deactivate, coming out from virtual environment. See, this is creating virtual environment is very easy. Like some will feel like it is difficult, and in some other classes, faculties will not discuss. They'll discuss only at the end while discussing web hosting. From the beginning, we are working in virtual environment. We are installing latest versions only. And now here in my system, Sublime IDE is there. IDE means integrated development environment. So to work with Django, we can use Sublime or Atom or Komodo we can use, or we can use a PyCharm or Eclipse we can use. Many other IDEs are there. Okay, in Python we used to use IDLE. Some will use PyCharm. IDLE means integrated development learning environment. That is used only for Python programs. But in IDE, we can create any file. We can work with any number of folders. We can work with any number of projects. Like many facilities will be there here. Okay, so we can manage multiple projects in IDE, and we can work with different files and different folders also. Here we'll see how to install Sublime. So here to install Sublime IDE, so PyCharm we can use. No, don't do like that. Don't keep two versions in one virtual environment. Don't do that. So we should not do like that. You can create different virtual environments and then you can install. Don't install two versions in same virtual environment. To avoid that conflict only, we are creating virtual environment. So like whatever issues will be there with versions. So to overcome the conflict with versions, we are creating virtual environment. So again, in virtual environment also, if I create the same problem, then what is the use? No use, no? So this URL I'm using here. So here we have to give like this, https sublimetext.com/3. Here you can see a Windows 64-bit also available as a portable version. Okay. So click on this because I'm using Windows 64-bit. Python is 32-bit only. Okay. And here when I click on this, then it will download that file. I'll click on this. So it is downloading the exe file here. And after download, then go to downloads folder. So in downloads folder, you can see this Sublime Text Builder 3211 into 64 setup. So when you double click on this exe file, then it will ask where to install this. Like by default, it takes C drive program files, and then we can use it will ask one or two options. When you say next, finish, then installation is done. So installation is very easy. We can do it. No, we are not installing in the same environment. We are installing outside virtual environment. Okay, because this Sublime will use for all the projects. So I'm taking many classes. For all the classes, I'll use the same software. It is in a C drive. In a system folders, it is there. Not in virtual environment. Not in F drive. F drive source one I'm not creating. It is in C drive program files. In system folders, we are doing this. After installation, then here Sublime text 3. So right click on this. So shortcut is created in some other location. I want shortcut on the desktop. So right click on this, open file location. Then here you can see the shortcut here. So right click on this. So here you can see send to desktop create shortcut. Send to desktop create shortcut is there. Click on this. So when we click on this, then on the desktop we'll get the files here. So here we'll get the shortcut like this on the desktop. So now double click on this. So I'll send you the steps. So like based on that you can do it. Okay. So in Google also you can search installation procedure, and I will send you the steps. So double click on Sublime. So here in Sublime you can see file, open folder, then F drive, then source one, then project. Select, don't do double click, only select. Then click on select folder. So here you can see this. So this is the hierarchy here. So here you can see project 1. In project 1, another folder is created, project 1. Like another folder, subfolder is created with the same name. Okay. So in this subfolder, we can see all the project level files. Okay. And here you can see folder called PyCache __ PyCache _ is there. So it is used to store website information in cache, like memory. In cache or else in temporary memory, if you want to store information, it is used. And here you can see _ init __. Okay, so this is to use project folder as a package. Okay, if you want to use a folder as a package, that folder should contain _ init __. So that file we should create, Python file only. So this Python file can have statements, or it can be empty also. It can be empty. Okay, so project 1 is treated as a package because it is a folder. And next one is ASGI is there, like asynchronous gateway interface is there. Okay, so when we say about ASGI, asynchronous gateway interface, like the use of this is it is used to work with asynchronous requests and responses. So this file is introduced in Django 3.0. It is not there in old versions. In Django 3.0, it is introduced. So when we are working with websites, we can create web pages in the website with AJAX enabled. Like they can have AJAX coding. Okay. So AJAX means asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So it is a specification, or it has some set of standards that all the web technologies or markup languages will follow, or should follow. So AJAX is introduced in 2005, and then it is being used in all the server-side technologies. Okay, so when we are developing a website, the pages can have AJAX coding, like AJAX functionality. So if the web pages are not having AJAX functionality, then a page is sent as a request. Okay, and then we'll get a page as a response. So what happened is when you give some values and when you click on submit button or any other button, what will happen? The whole page will go as a request. That page will have lot of content, lot of HTML tags, like a source code will be more, and it contains user interface, advertisements, then data, everything will be there. So if a page is going as request, not for one user, for every user, if page is going as request, then network resources will be busy, then there will be more burden on the server, execution is slow, all these issues are there. And when we are getting the response, we'll get the page as the response here. When we get response, we'll get the whole page as response, which contains a lot of data. First time we'll get the whole page. Like after that, for every 3 seconds or 2 seconds or 5 seconds, advertisement will change, images will change, panels will panel will appear. Panel means box, advertisement boxes. Like lot of changes will be done. Okay, so if for every 3 seconds, if information is changing, then that page will load from the server. For every 3 seconds, the page will come from the server with updated information. If a page is coming from the server for every 3 seconds, for every user, then we can assume like how much burden will be there on the server. Okay, then again execution is slow. So to overcome these drawbacks, we are using AJAX here. So AJAX works with asynchronous requests and responses. Okay, so with AJAX, if in web pages, if you are using AJAX coding or if AJAX functionality is there, then only data will go as request. In a login page, if I want to send username and password, only 2 values I can send to the server. Page will not go. Other data will not go. Only 2 values will go, or 3 values may go. to the server. Okay, and when we get the response here, first time we'll get the page. After that, if server is updating some information like advertisements or images or news or panels or something, then server can update some portions of the page, some parts of the page directly in the browser without reloading. Okay, without reloading it can update. Nowadays we are seeing, no, so without that it will update. So using Ajax functionality, we are updating some portions of the page. We are sending only values as request. We are getting only values as response, not the pages. So with this, what will happen? Like network resources will be free. There is less burden on the server. Panel means like box where we'll get advertisement. Like down bottom will get no, in some websites. Advertisements will get no. Panel box will get, with close button will get. If you are not interested to see the advertisement, you can click on close button. Okay, so in that case, Ajax functionality is less burden on the server. Then the pages works very fast with Ajax functionality. And here you can see settings.py is there. So settings.py means we can use settings for the web page or websites. For the project, we can use settings. So here we need to specify the code to access HTML files, CSS files, image files. We can specify the code here, and then here will show it will show what apps are installed here. In every Django project, 6 websites are installed. So admin site, authentication site, content types, sessions, messages, static files, 6 applications will be there, websites. That's why Django will call it as fully loaded. It is fully loaded with all these features. And here you can see middleware services are there. So middleware services are again Python programs only. They are Python programs, Python code. So these are executed when we send a request. Before sending the request to the server, it will execute. And before getting the response, it will execute. While sending the request, while getting the response, middleware services will work. So they are used to enable security, or they are used to enable any all types of securities, and they used to add a slash after website address, forward slash, like some whatever task we give, it will do it. Okay, so we response is different. We may get some other response, we may get some page, but internally this coding will work. So this will not have any user interface. Middleware services will not show in a browser. Middleware services are programs, they'll work internally while sending the request, and while getting the response, they'll work. And here you can see database connections also. In Django, default database is SQLite database. So in Python classes, you'll be learning SQLite. Here also we'll discuss how to install SQLite commands, working in SQLite environment. We'll discuss SQLite database is a lightweight. It is easy to maintain, not like MySQL, Oracle, and SQL Server. So here in Django projects, default database is SQLite. Okay. So for here, one project is one file is created. db.sqlite3 file is created, a database file related to SQLite. So in that db.sqlite, all the tables related to the applications is stored. All the tables, like the tables related to installed apps, the tables related to our website, all are stored in this database file. About base directory, all we'll see in the next example. So in beginning classes, we'll not discuss this. So this is the package, Python package we are using. So this is the database file. Here you can see db.sqlite3. So in this database file, all the tables are stored. So if you use a MySQL or a SQL Server or Oracle, here the options will change here. Like when we see database connections, we'll discuss all those. And here urls.py is there. Here urls.py means it is used to specify which page to execute, access. So whatever pages you want to access, then you can specify this in urls.py. In urls.py, we are specifying the URL pattern. URL pattern means that what we type in the browser, in address bar in the browser. So when we type the URL pattern, what we give, then the pages will open. Whatever pages we give, the pages will open. So here, this is important. You can specify which page should be the home page or index page, like what pages to access. So here already admin URL pattern is given. When I type admin in browser, then it will work. It will work with. It will allow us to work with admin site, like which is already there. So we have to type admin in browser. Then admin site will open. Like when you see every day we'll use all these. Every day we'll use the settings.py. Every day we'll use urls.py. Every day we are going to use all this. And here you can see WSGI is there. Like here when we say WSGI, see URL means like a uniform resource locator, like website address. URL means website address, like gmail.com, facebook.com. So here while developing applications, while learning, we are using 127.001 8000. That is URL, that is website address. Okay, and here you can see WSGI is there. But WSGI means web server gateway interface. Web server gateway interface is used when we are taking our project from development system to production system, or development server to production server. If I develop Django project, okay, then if I want to host it in internet, like as I said, using pythonanywhere.com or using some other site like GoDaddy or some other site, then in that case, what we do is we'll take this WSGA file and we'll do changes so that it can run in internet server. So while when I give examples, we'll not discuss about this. But when I publish website in internet, then I should use that. I have to use it. Then it will works. Okay. So here in project, these files are there, and here you can see this. db.sqlite3 is there, and manage.py is there. Manage.py. Like all these, we can see here. This is also project level only. What all I've told now, all these are project level files. Works in project. db.sqlite3 is also project level. Manage.py is also project level. As I said before, manage.py is used to create application website, and it is used to run the server, web server. And here you can see migrations. Then here you can see the files here. Okay, so based on the files, like what all files you are seeing in website one, they are application level files. They are application level files here. Okay, so I'm stopping now, and tomorrow we'll continue with application level files, and then after that we'll see how to write the code in views.py, getting result in browser, then working with multiple functions in views.py. All those other examples we'll discuss. Okay, so like those have already registered, for them today I will send you the notes and recorded videos, like previous class videos and today's class video also. um, uh, I will send. Okay, so anyone registered for the course? I think Henry is registered, and other students, did you register? How many of you have registered for the course? Okay, okay. So others also, please talk to online team, or please talk to. No, no, I will give. I will give. I will send the steps along with videos. I will send you the steps. I will take a mail ID from online team. I will send today. I'll send. Okay. So other students also please talk to online team regarding payment details. So please pay the fees because today is already third class. Today is okay. Today is third class only, and the previous class videos also I'll send so that you can easily follow the classes. Today steps I've told now. I will send all these to your mail ID. Okay. So all the students please register. Okay, I'm stopping now. Tomorrow we'll continue.